Good morning, everybody. I am here earlier than usual, I would say, even if it's like 3 minutes earlier than usual. How's everybody doing this morning? We got Rachel, says morning dub, morning Rachel. Whoa, why can't I hear the background music? Oh, there it is. It was just taking a couple seconds to start up. Black Hole, hello. Dave says hello dub. Juxies, hello. I'm just looking to the side to make sure it's actually picking up my mic. It looks like it is. Spartans, hello dub and Town Star players. Saulo says bola tarde. I think that means late, but hello Saulo. Oaken Shield, good morning. Herp says hi all, good luck, have fun. Girl Gamer says merry game day, good luck. C Money says howdy. I'm sure somebody will say it, but it's May Mayhem. Ooh, supposedly, right? And we'll talk more about that later. Herps, Jaco says hello dub, good morning. Martin, wow, how is that possible? I know, right? I'm here like 2 minutes early. That's crazy. Should be 2 minutes late. My name is Jeff, evening dub. Yes, and hello, Martin. As usual, 7 hours late. Vanulus Rotos, hi dub, good luck to everybody. Hello, One Piece. What's your rate this time? You will find out very soon. Usually I don't say my rate right at the beginning to add at least a little bit of a surprise factor. But it's a good enough rate to get top 25 for sure. Rahiv says good morning dub and everyone. Good morning Rahiv. Mary NG, good morning. Right now I am in the practice town. This is the no NFT fish taco build. I just put out the build showcase a few hours ago. And I forgot to post the visualizer, but it's up now. It's only been running for a couple minutes, but it ended up doing 147. I thought that was very good. Obviously, I'm not going to go over the build right now in the next 5 minutes. If you haven't already watched the build showcase and you want to know more about the build, that's where you would find it. Let me go back to the main menu, because who knows how long it'll take to load. Sometimes it takes a good minute. Master Team, hello. Hi dub and all. I think, well, what Martin said, between 400 to 450, I think that would be good enough for, probably only top 100 still. Probably. 370 good for top 100. I think so, One Piece. Yeah, I think that is still good enough for top 100. Oh, thank you, Dave, for the translation. Good afternoon. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes sense, yeah. I assume it's like Portuguese, but I mean, that's why I couldn't read it, but yeah, that makes sense. I put everything that's auto trade of 10 on that one. Yeah, usually on the no NFT build showcases, I will do 12 on auto trade for some items, but in this case for the fish tacos, I just put 10 on everything. I already did the daily challenge. Which I think it was a wooden box. Well, I can't even remember, but I'm pretty sure I already did the daily challenge. Martin, so much, but then again, no NFT 150, so yeah. Pretty big gaps with some NFTs. Lazy DC, hello. Are you going Bottle Rush? Yes, actually, well, I think I'm gonna do Wine Rush because this one is just as expensive as Sushi Boats. Very expensive build. I would recommend most people do Tomato Rush unless you already have a bunch of NFTs for Gold Rush, then it might make more sense to do Gold Rush. I would even consider doing Tomato Rush myself, but I don't want to waste so much space on the tomato farms. Plus, it's a desert biome. It's not going to be that difficult for me to do a Wine Rush like last week. So I'm just gonna end up doing wine rush again. Like I think I mentioned it last week, but it ends up doing like 60 to 70 mil cash per hour, and that's about. I don't actually even need that much cash. But yeah, I'll just end up doing wine rush. Off topic, with new Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. Yes, C-Money, I did see it. Like pretty much right when I woke up, I did see it. It was the first thing on my feed. Looks very good. Still excited for it. Of course, disappointed that it got delayed until next year, but you know, that's kind of cool because it also gives some games this year a chance to really shine, I guess. Like if Grand Theft Auto 6 was to come out, I'd probably expect that to be the game of the year, but now who knows? A couple of other contenders. One Piece, I am aiming for 10k tomato. That is a lot. Wow, that's 35 mil per hour at least. You know, not counting oopsies and other stuff. It's possible. Might not be that easy, but it is possible. Of course, you're using NFTs, so yeah, sure. Tomato in a few hours, 45 mil was easy. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I did even do, I can't show you guys now, but like I posted it on the build showcase. I did do like a small tomato rush that did 3,000 tomatoes per hour. And that's like 10.5 mil per hour. It's not bad. I think it was easier to set up than like somebody would take to set up a full gold rush using their entire town. So there's that at least, and it still kind of uses the same road structure. But yeah, even with no NFTs, I believe you could do like 5,000 tomatoes per hour with some effort. Then you get all the cash you need in like 3 or 4 hours. Like 3 hours. It depends on the build, of course. Fema, hello. Jaco tried the whole map and made 25k an hour tomato. What the heck? That's insane. I would like to see a picture of that. Now, somebody might copy you, but I am interested to see a picture on that. All right, here you go. 1 minute, 30-second trade times. Of course, kind of high. Kind of high. I do have my plan ready. So it's just a matter of getting all the cash that I need. I'm thinking of how should I set up my... Should I just do bottom left? Yeah, I will just set up my wine rush at the bottom left. I think that's what I did last time anyways. Let me do it a little bit different. Just a little bit. So it's still gonna be bottom left, but this time, oh. This time I'll have my glass rush touching the corner over here. Alina, hello. Hey Dub there. Hey everyone. Good luck to all of us, of course. Good luck to you all. Boy Kaieku says hello. I might have mispronounced that, but I tried my best. One Piece says, I got potted gold, but might go with tomatoes still. Gold Rush might be better. It just depends on... What the heck was that? It just depends on how much NFTs you have, of course. I can't click like incredibly quickly, or else it's just gonna screw me over and then I have to refresh. So I do have to be kind of careful. Did I take back the Christmas tree? I don't think I did. I'm gonna borrow my Christmas tree back. Yeah, I don't have the Christmas tree. Where do I put? Oopsie. I will put it over here. And frozen already? Oh, damn, really? You mean your town? Oopsie, and Stars and Stripes is gonna be a big help. Oh, I probably don't need Christmas tree though. It does generate cash a little bit faster, but the amount of cash I generate with whatever, I'm gonna take it anyway. The amount of cash that I generate with Wine Rush is probably still enough. $28. Hello. Gonna take a bit to show up. Nope, not yet. Gotta turn on update town offline just in case I get disconnected. Which, hopefully not. Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to stream the end of the last competition for sushi boats. I had an internet outage and apparently that wasn't just me. That was quite a lot of people in the area. I don't need the oil seeps, I'll take... get rid of that. So... get rid of some of this stuff. Sounds like bugs, Martin. Or it jumps around. Probably because I am still clicking a little too fast. But yeah, it keeps happening. It's super laggy. It is laggy for sure. So I've had situations where it's even laggier, but yeah, I can sense the lag right now. Can't go at super speeds, unfortunately. Let's do that right here. Yoda senses the lag. Yep, you can sense it. not just me. I'm put a warehouse here for the oak barrels. The other storehouse. I guess I can go here. Okay, and oak trees. A fountain for the water. And the arches for the craft times. And do that. There we go. Now they grow like crazy. And I'll put the Hatchet family next to them. Oops. $10 to set up the wine rush. That feels like my fastest time yet. Because usually on desert biome it's between 10 to 12 minutes. Guided blades, great woodlands I'll need later, and I already turned on the express winery thing. Let me just go ahead and turn these on. Yes, I'll need windmills. Shrimp farms. I guess I'll put that on. Yeah, Grapevine Express. Crafty fishery, bulky well, yeah, no, the bulky warehouse does out for the seafood warehouse. You still want to have the bulky warehouse turned on for that. Should already be everything. Yeah, pretty much like 10 minutes to set this up. Guess I still had to turn on skins though, but that's like a couple clicks. The birdhouses, unfortunately, will have to wait. Unless I move this. And maybe one of these. Screw it, I'll just move it now. I need to move this one too. Rose bushes will go up here. Maybe do some of the roads first. Forget to sell the wine. Okay, so now while I collect the cash, I'm gonna keep placing down the rest of the roads. Let me move the fountain because it's in the way. It would also be a good idea to start collecting wood. And energy, too. And I think I can have just one lumber mill making lumber. Alright, that'll work. Yes, I'm just gonna be placing roads for now while I collect cash. So a bunch of people were asking about May Mayhem. They finally said something, and it was like some people predicted. It wasn't gonna be anything like good, I guess. Basically, it's just sales. I mean, I guess they did say this last week in the town hall. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago. But they did say that. I also seen some people predict that. I can't remember exactly who. I do know Neff said that. Low expectations for May Mayhem, and if they do have something, it's probably going to be sales. So yeah, by the looks of it, right now, or probably for the whole month, it's just going to be sales. Since Townstar announced the first week of sales, they said. And they said the first week of Easter May Mayhem. Like, what the hell is Easter May Mayhem? It's just May Mayhem, I guess, or May, but I'm not sure why they decided to include the word Easter, or if their proofreading team missed that. Maybe they don't have a proofreading team. Yeah, Juxie's Easter May Mayhem. Like, what the heck is that? Oh boy, what's up? Good luck to you as well. So yeah, this May Mayhem for Townstar is probably just gonna be sales. And this first week, they announced the sale on 4 NFTs. It was the Banana Monkey Tower, or the Banana Stand. Ice Tower, Tiny Bakery, which I guess Tiny Bakery is good. And the Snake Tower. I guess the Snake Tower is good too. It's just mostly for jewelry. 50% discounts, other than the Snake Tower, which is 30%. So I'm sure a few people will buy them because you know they're discounted. I mean, the price of Gala is down though, so it's like not a good time to spend your Gala really, because you'd pretty much get the same deal as if you were paying full price, but the token price was like, the Gala token price was like 3 cents, right? It's not like a massive bargain if you think about it. But yeah, it seems like just for Townstar, they're just gonna be doing sales now. I know they also announced a sale for Mirandis for the 2 pets that they're not even new, and I don't think they're even like, I don't think that's even a sale, if that makes sense. I think they're the same price that they were when they first got released. I might be wrong, but I think so. And also, the other thing is that some of those pets that they're trying to sell, they are going to be given out as part of the compensation packs for the Walking Dead Empires. Which I don't think I've even talked about that on stream, because that info just got announced. I just posted... I just put the post on my Discord, you know, the same post that Duck Sunny shared on the Gala Games Discord. But if you haven't heard by now, the unfortunate news that the Walking Dead Empires is officially getting canned. Like, they cannot continue it. We were mostly speculating at first, but it does seem like my speculations were correct, that it's going to be legal reasons or IP issues, breach of contract, something like that. Actually, let me not put this down yet. I want to put down Cranebots there while I continue to build. So that's really bad news for the Walking Dead Empires, and their supposed compensation really sucks. Like, there's like 2 NFTs that, or 3 NFTs that I would say are good, but even then, because we don't know how many people are going to get them, there might be like a large quantity of them. It might hurt the value of those NFTs regardless. Because believe it or not, there are some people that they bought the Walking Dead Empires NFTs. They do not care about Mirandis or Townstar. So they would just sell their compensation NFTs right away. And I don't know that many people who care about Vexy Villages right now, but I'm sure there are some. They I guess the cancellation was just unavoidable at this point, because you know of the legal issues. But they could have done so much better with the compensations. They put like no effort into those. Like they really could. There's a whole lot of other NFTs that they could have compensated people with. They could have allowed them to choose. Obviously, the best compensation would have been the a Gala refund, which they clearly do not want to do. But like even besides that, they could have done so much better with the whole compensation ordeal, which hasn't happened yet. Because well, I haven't gotten any of the Walking Dead Empire mystery box things, whatever they were gonna compensate us with. I don't know what they were gonna be called. It said on the blog post, I just don't remember. But that compensation hasn't happened yet, and supposedly it was going to happen within a week of the blog post being announced, but I think it has been a week by now. Well, I don't think I even have to ask for people's opinions. I'm sure whoever was actually cared about the Walking Dead Empires feels terrible about it. But yeah, as far as May Mayhem goes, I think only Townstar, Mirandis, and Gala Music have officially announced something, and it's all sales related. Champions Arena will have something. I guess that's an unofficial announcement, but it's kind of hinted at by now. But you know, Champions Arena, it's really easy to do an event there. It's just put up a sale, put up an event in the game that gives you an NFT that you can earn for free, and that's pretty much it. It's really easy. The easiest thing to set up. I need 2 more shrimp farms, but those are going to be over here. These water NFTs and the 2 seaweed sands help so much with building these incredibly quickly. Well, that's a lot of wood. I'm gonna need to do or build some wind pumps. Gonna help with all the fishing platforms I need to build. Fishing platform. I should also put down the oak storage, since I'm gonna need some oak wick to build some of this stuff. What's my wine at? 1,120 per hour on the wine. That's very good. You know, I was gonna put the Christmas tree up like 20 minutes ago and it never showed up. I didn't really need it, but whatever, I place it now. I do need to build 2 seafood warehouses. It'd be very easy to get the gold for me. Or the ice blocks. Jarmod, hello! Yes, I'm doing well. Hopefully you are too. The seafood warehouse. So for the seafood warehouses, I have 1 NFT that's going to be on the right side over here next to most of the shrimp farms. And I want 1 in the middle and 1 on the left over here. So that's going to provide me the most efficiency having 3 of them like that. Okay, the box got delivered. Give me 1 minute. I need to go pick up a box. I don't know what it is, but my girlfriend ordered it. The stack box, it was a package. That's what I meant. Package. Not a stack box, no, unfortunately. Would be nice if it had some treats. Whoops. Okay. Where was I at? Waiting for water. Waiting for cash. I think I have like half the cash I need. Oh, probably more than half by now. Really, I need more than 4 crane bots though. That's for sure. So I can put crane bots where I will have the wasabi stands and the seaweed stands. I believe that's what I did last time. Because all of that can easily be replaced. And yeah, even the storehouses, the NFT storehouses, and the aquaculture apartments, yep, just put a bunch of crane bots. I could also transition from wine rush to tortillas, since at some point I'll be making a lot of them. But I'll just keep the wine rush going until I have all the cash. It just makes a crazy amount of cash. There's no reason to transition out of it. It would be a good idea to try to get more lumber though. Let's see what I can do here. Don't know if I no, I kind of do need all those lumber mills, making oak barrels for this. Let me build 1 lumber mill here. Okay, that can make lumber then. All right. Oh, I don't need any more ice blocks, huh? That was weird. I'm not really a fan of the storehouse Miranda skin, because it doesn't work on my storehouse NFTs. The corrupted pack already in use now? Good point. I don't remember clicking it 10 times, Juxies. That's a really good point. I know I put it on the Mirandis ones. No, I guess I did put them on. Alright. Yep, it's in use. I know I'm absolutely sure I put the Mirandis ones, obviously, because I got the skins on. And then after that, I put on the corrupted packs. The tweets, hey, there is a bug with cash. You think, are you saying that in general or right now, like with my cash? Sometimes people's cash gets bugged because they placed something, but it's invisible. It didn't actually place, and you would need to refresh the town to see it. but it's actually still taking your wages or still helping you sell products. It's weird to explain. But that's why sometimes you refresh and you have a different amount of cash. Or you have no cash at all, depending. So I'm kind of just waiting for now. In general, oh really? What's the bug with cash? Is everything costing too much or not enough or what? Has it been reported on the Discord? Should I go check it out? No, there's like nobody chatting on the Discord. Tattoos in general, you think it's running out and you refresh and you have a lot of money. Oh yeah. Sometimes that happens. Yeah, so it's possible that I have even more cash than I thought I had. Up the grade in 2028. What's up, email account stuff? Display glitch. Yeah, that's more like it. So I'm kind of just waiting on the water here. I should build other stuff at the same time. Or I should have had more wind pumps. But what I will do is just build a couple of the sushi restaurants. And here is where I'll put the Tesla coil. Do I need to store more energy? Not right now, I don't. Or else it's just gonna go to the warehouse. Just trying to make a bunch of fish tacos. Email, that's what's up. Trying to build everything for it first. Yeah, let me do 4 more over here. I've been first place for like the past 40 minutes. That's something at least. I'm the only one crazy enough to do this. Yeah, I mean, whatever Pyramid's selling, it's not as much stars. Maybe he's doing Tomato Rush too, who knows? Like, just like an insane amount of tomatoes. More tomatoes than anybody else. Nah, that's impossible though. You can't get that many stars with tomatoes. Maybe with salmon nigiri. Or something that's cash boosted. Maybe that's what it is. Tuna sashimi or something. Yeah, because well, really, if I wanted to, I could just transition to selling tuna. That's actually true. Ooh, I'm gonna need a lot of lumber for this, yeah. Let me go ahead and kill off one of these. Start making more lumber. Even if it lowers my wine rate just a little bit. Wow, look at the wood though. I don't even have enough wood for that. Oh, the cranebot cast a shade, right. Here. Hopefully. I'm just trying to think what else I can do while I wait here. The expert fisherman, I can place those down. Maybe in this little section here. So that's equal to 4 fishermen. Really, it's more than 4 because they move much faster than these fishermen. Lazy DC says 200 per hour, good for top 400. Oh, let's see. I mean, for sure, I would think so. It's gotta be for sure. I heard somebody did close to 190 without NFTs, so they say. I mean, they put out... They've done good rates before. That's quite a lot, though. Without NFTs. Let me craft more energy, because I'm sure I'll need it. Go ahead and rotate these. Flood the road, that's what it's gonna look like. Sometimes people say no NFC, but they're using skins and blueprints. Yeah, I don't think that's right, but that's the way I think about it. Doesn't it look so cool? They're fishing on the road. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to get all that lumber. That's for sure. So I'm pretty sure I got all the cash that I need by now. 50 minutes in. I am gonna get rid of the wine rush. And yeah, I still need to build a lot of restaurants, but I think I should be okay. I ran out of roads too. I need to need to take some of these roads back. Morris, what's up? Welcome. Let's get rid of it all. I only use the tree for like 20 minutes. I'll transition this to lumber for now. Pretty sure I don't even need any more oak wood to build anything. At least not that I can think of. That's very close, Morris. This time I will say it's a little higher than that, but it is very close. That's fine. Yeah, hopefully that helps me get a little bit more lumber for the time being. And I'll keep placing some roads. Oh, I did not place that correctly, did I? Okay. Big boat active, nice. Second place now. Yeah, that makes sense. So Perriman's the first one to sell some fish taco. Those are missing wood. Okay. That's fine, as long as I keep getting lumber. Well, I guess let me turn some of these off just so I can fill the wood again. Finish building these, then build some other stuff. Yeah. One hour in, I would say I'm making good progress. I mean, I expected this one to take a while, of course. And even, like, as usual, people are gonna say, like, I finished this so quick. Competition just started and I'm already done. Now, I haven't even started with the Mexican restaurants. I'm still trying to finish the sushi restaurants. This should be the last sushi restaurants that I need before I move on to the Mexican restaurants. Turn these on again. Now it really is waiting right here. Just have to wait. So did anybody else check out Expedition 33 or was it just me? I really enjoyed the game. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep playing it because I pretty much already beat it. But it was great. Crazy how it came out only like, well, a little less than 2 weeks ago and I already beat it. And when I say beat, I mean 100%. I have it but didn't play it yet? Ah, okay. That's interesting. I bought it like the hour it released, and technically I didn't play it until I finished downloading, but then I played it. You don't want to do the extra missions? Oh, well, when I said I beat it, I 100%ed the game. I platinum trophied it. I did all the missions, Sandula, everything, all the mini games. There's probably like some power up Picto things I miss, but pretty much all content there is right now. I heard they'll probably make DLC for it, so if they'll make DLC, I'll play it again. The game I was playing before that was Blueprints, and I don't know how many people have heard about Blueprints, but it's kind of like, I would describe it as an escape room game. I got pretty far in it. At some point I did have to start using guides because I'm like, I want to beat the game, but it's so damn long to do all these freaking puzzles, and I wasn't even expecting to get that far before Expedition 33 came out. But I will probably keep playing Blueprints because I still haven't gotten to the end game. I can't really even talk too much about that game because that game's like full. There's so many spoilers when it comes to Blueprints, and I would say even Expedition 33, there's so many damn spoilers. Can't really talk about it in terms of the story. Planet Bob says, I will buy Expedition 33 after this competition. Looks amazing. It is an amazing game, that's for sure. I was already a fan of turn-based. I know some people aren't. Like, I was a big fan of that. I really love playing Final Fantasy X, for sure. So it has some similarities to that, I would say, but you know, that's just me. But even if you're not like a huge fan of turn-based games, people seem to enjoy it still. Let's move on to the Mexican restaurants here. Been playing Returnal on PC, was 50% off last week. Can't say I've heard of that one. Let me do a quick search. See if it rings a bell. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Is anybody getting the new Nintendo Switch? The Nintendo Switch 2. Big ol' number 2 at the end. Should I move this? I probably should. Well, no, screw it. I'll keep it there. It's fine. I have plenty of energy. Like, I even craft more energy. Oh, it already is. They're already both crafting energy. Yeah, my girlfriend wanted a Switch. Well, technically she's paying for it, even though I pre-ordered it. But yeah, I guess we'll both have a Switch too now, because I'm sure we'll both use it. Planet Bob says it's like the best game on PlayStation 5 before Astrobot. Says me who does not have a PlayStation 5. Ah, okay. I never really played Astrobot. I was planning to, I just never did. I know my sister bought the game, and I was gonna check it out and like play it. Well, I already know how the game works. I've seen other people play it, but I've never played it myself. I just haven't bothered. Maybe at one point, but probably not. But yeah, supposedly game of the year, right? And it is a good game, I won't deny that. I've seen people play it, I've seen videos. I can say it's a good game, it looks fun. I just never bothered playing it. And when they did the Game Awards last year, I was really hoping Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would win. But that's like the main one I played out of the nominated ones. I never played Black Myth Wukong, but I heard it was good. Never played Balatro until after that. And I have so many hours into Balatro, it's insane. I've not played Balatro in over a month now. I pretty much beat the game. Except for gold staking all the jokers, because that's just stupid. But Balatra's freaking addicting. I don't think I would even recommend it, because it's just how addicting it is. But it's a cool game, sure. These are all the ones that are going to be making fish taco, by the way. I still got to make the ones that are going to do the tortillas. So it would be smart to stock up on a bunch more lumber, even after I finish building these. Yeah, so much lumber. And do I really need the stars and stripes anymore? 8, 9, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17 more Mexican restaurants. I should be okay. I have the money. I don't need stars and stripes. I will put that in the guild library. Lazy DC says, good thing I built a third freight pier. Yeah, if you're making an insane amount of tomatoes, that would be a good thing. I mean, then again, the trade times are really high. That's fair. Oh yeah, since I didn't, stream the end of the competition. Well, I don't think I ever even saw my rank, but somebody did say I got 14th place. I think I probably would have gotten 12th place if I didn't lose internet connection, and I would have fast forwarded the last few hours. I think I only missed like 2 hours to be fair, so I don't even know if that's true. But best case scenario, I would have ended at 12th place last competition, and I supposedly ended at 14th. I'm sure that's what it was. I just didn't check myself. Not done with the build, if that's what you mean. But mostly just waiting on lumber. Lumber and wood. Having this many crane bots here, like, it helps out tremendously. It's amazing. I probably could have had a better lumber setup, but this is what I have. So keep that running. And energy, I'm not worried about. I mean, I got the Tesla coil and the energy plant crafting energy. It would have been a smarter idea to move this closer, but it's fine. I'll keep it there. I mean, the other Mexican restaurants I have to build are going to be much closer to it. And then I have to build the windmills, which I could build some of them now, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. The windmills are very easy to build compared to this. You know, they should come out with... No, maybe not. People don't care about that. I was going to say a thrifty sushi restaurant, thrifty Mexican restaurant blueprints, but people probably don't care about those. Who knows? Lower build costs, lower material costs, but does not affect crafting or production rates. Those crane bots sure are fast. Yeah, yes they are. I am going to use seaweed stands to have passive seaweed for the shrimp farms, making shrimp, as well as a seaweed stand for the passive seaweed for all of the tuna sashimi, which I should go ahead and turn these on. And I will have wasabi stands also for the tuna sashimi, and I will have tomato stands, which are the Nana's Trattoria's tomato stands, for the fish taco. Why not done yet? It takes a long time to build all these buildings, as I expected. The cash wasn't even going to be the main issue here. I'll go ahead and turn these on. I am almost done, it's just that I'm waiting for lumber, basically. Like, I need 100... After this is done, I still need 170 more lumber. But yeah, I'll go ahead and turn all these on. I tend to build everything before I run it. It would be... It might be a good idea to like just start running it now. But I mean, I don't even have the restaurants to make tortillas yet, so I can't do fish taco. Not yet. But I am almost done. Fish taco on these. I want them all rotated facing this storehouse here. It should be good. Oh yeah, they cast 30 as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of this to start building the Mexican restaurants here. Pretty sure I don't need any more oak wood. Alright, time to let this part go. That road doesn't go there. Ah, no, one of my windmills messed up. Yep, I'm gonna have to refresh the game. Oh, in the meantime, I can build out all these other Mexican restaurants. Move the Tesla coil. I have less trees this time, so hopefully it doesn't take as long, even though I know it will take a little longer. Martin says, Mr. Buggies, wind pump for water, shrimp pond and pond. Mr. Buggies are racing. Good time to use those Mr. Buggies. Same thing with the ghost ships, which I don't have those. But I do have a bunch of fountains to help me build that stuff. So, can't complain about that. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, the wasabi storages and the wasabi sands do look very similar. Okay, this should get the tuna sashimi production going. Lena says, oops, the refinery on your no NFT required build has only one crude oil. I'm not sure where you placed it, but the one making petroleum has 2 crude oil. And the power plant has 2 crude oil. The refinery making gasoline does have 1 crude oil, though. So I guess if you're using the NFT version of it, that wouldn't work in that spot. That might be what you're getting at. If you are using the NFT version, you will have to shift it 1 spot to the left, if you know what I mean, and then it will work. So yeah, it requires a tweak with the NFT. But if you're talking about something else, let me know. We use mixing sets? Not on this one, actually. Bingo? Alright, yep, that's what it was. No mixing tents for this. This should be turned on, making tuna. So seafood warehouse. Alright, should be good to go on the tuna sashimis. And let's take this one off. Put the other tomato stand. Alright, so with both of those tomato stands, I won't need to craft tomatoes since they're all passive right here. They'll pick up the tuna sashimis and the tortillas, which I've not started on tortilla just yet. I will wait until these are done. Now I will have to refresh the game because I'm missing a windmill. Almost everything is built now. Just waiting on this stuff still. Oh, it's waiting on wood. Is that it? Am I done? Let's turn off... Let's just turn off all of them and let me try to quickly refresh. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. How does the advanced fishing platform work? So the NFT, which is the advanced fishing platform, I said that backwards, but it lets you make salmon or tuna. It doesn't need to be next to the edge in order to place it, and it acts like the fishing platform, so it doesn't it crafts very quickly, but it also lets you craft using less materials like the wild net fishing. So it's the best of both worlds. And it's even better, actually, because I don't think it's negatively impacted by dirty either. I think it has a blue craft timer. When it comes to fishing, it's probably the best NFT. We don't do fishing all the time. Yeah, it does have a blue craft timer, so it's not negatively impacted by dirty. It crafts just as fast as a fishing platform, but it also requires half the materials like the wild net fishing, which I don't have in this build, but... And it doesn't need to be next to an edge, you know, the edge of your town. So that's 4 amazing things about it. Okay, the missing windmill is not there, so let me place it. That's really good. It is, actually. And the only reason I can't go for a higher rate is because I don't have any more of them. I tried to do this with a bunch of wild net fishing. It really didn't make a difference. So yeah, I had to stick with the 16 fishing platforms plus the 3 advanced fishing platforms. Alina says, thanks Dub, but moving it won't help as I won't have the 2 water. I would just go with normal ones. Alright, that's interesting. You won't have the 2 water for some of the restaurants, you mean? Yeah, that's interesting. I'll turn on some of these. I don't have the passive water just yet, not until I'm done building these and I replace the diamond charge station. Looks like those are all done. Wow, look at the lag. So much going on. Alright, fountain right here. Gives the passive water for all of the tortilla crafts. So this spot is actually going to be one more sushi restaurant, but I do have the NFT. This is where the Sakura Gourmet gets placed. Tuna sashimi, since in this exact spot I do have 1 wasabi and 2 seaweed. Okay, all of the tortillas or Mexican restaurants making tortilla should be turned on. Most of the windmills will be on a green craft timer because they're next to the light circus, so it removes the shade. I do have 1 on a red craft timer just to make additional salts. I don't actually think I need it though, but I ended up just keeping it. And this one makes salt too. All these other ones will be making cornstarch. I have this 2 Spooky Wheel of Nightmares. Each one gives 3 passive corn. That allows me to have all the passive corn that I need for the cornstarch. Silo can go here. So I don't believe I need any more wood or lumber. Hopefully not. It looks like I built everything. So now the last thing I need is salt. So all this is going away. I really hope I don't need any more. For the tractors, I am using the twin tractors. Each one is 2 tractors worth. So this is the same as 4 tractors right here. And now for all of the salts, or salt, I can't type. Ocean gives 3 passive salty, but I'm still going to use salty salt fields to give out the rest of the passive salty that I need. Martin says, wait, not to water, but moving pump and sow pond over for the setup to be closer to the sea, so it should. Unless he had Mexican restaurants. I didn't look too much into it to see how moving everything, even the pond over, would affect it, so I'm not too sure. But I do know that you can use that pond next to the gas setup. You know, for my no NFT build, that's what I'm talking about. You can use that pond and have some Mexican restaurants next to it making tortillas if you need to. Which you probably do want to have one extra restaurant making tortillas, like I mentioned in the video. Should be all the salt fields. Town Hall is right here to reduce the craft time of the tree farms, of course, but also because it gives the 1 additional passive water for this one making tortilla that I forgot to turn on. Also 1 passive water from this and 1 passive water from this, because this is a 4 proximity radius. So this gets exactly the 2 water that it needs. All of the salt and cornstarch gets stored here. Well, that's not really true. Some of the salt probably gets stored here too. Well, that's a lot of tuna sashimi. It's going crazy. Damn. Let's set this up again before I jam up the storage completely. So let's sell that. I'll put everything at 20. Let's do 27. It's safer to do 27. I can afford it. That's why. I can afford the storage. It might not even affect the rate, but it's fine. Fish taco 25. 27. I don't need to sell brine. Thankfully, that's the only item that's going to the silo in my case. Alright, should be it. Tempted to sell this tuna sashimi. I mean, not just sell, but flush it. Because I would like to make space. I could put down 2 dragons. I actually do have 2 of them. But I don't need to. But I could. This spot over here, this space, I decided not to use it. I don't need to use it. Originally, I thought I was going to need to have more Mexican restaurants making fish tacos. But this should work just fine. Now you know what? Just keep the tuna sashimi. Well, it's probably gonna get sold actually. Yes, it would probably get sold. So it's the same thing. I am making fish tacos though, so something's got to be working. That's it. It's making about the same as the no NFT build. Let me wait a minute for all the tuna sashimi to get built or sold. Sorry. Let me just place down the... let me have 2 dragons. Yeah, let's take a look at the no NFT. Let's see, I'm not planning to make improvements, but I am wondering how could the refinery work there? The refinery NFT. Just out of curiosity, let's see. The refinery NFT is cool, because it saves you a spot. So you wouldn't need both refineries, you would only need one. The thing is, you still want the 2 passive crude oil from the oil seep. So you would have to move it closer. Let's get rid of the lumber mill because that can be moved to the side. So it's important to move this closer. That way this refinery NFT would still get hit with the 2 passive crude oil. It would still be pretty close to the fuel storage. And lumber mill can be on the other side now. So yeah, lumber mill can be over here. And that would open up a spot right there. Honestly, you could have 2 lumber mills. Like, it's always nice to have another lumber mill. While you're still getting lumber, I mean, you know, while you're still working on your build. But yeah, you could have 2 lumber mills. You could even use this for another Mexican restaurant making fish taco if you needed to be doing that. And now this other spot is gonna have to be a builder house because I'm not really sure what you could do with it. Or, you know, if you have a tavern, put a tavern. If you have town hall, put a town hall. But where my builder house is at? Yeah, there you go, builder house. So yeah, having an empty spot's still better. Yeah. So yeah, this, if you for some reason needed another one making fish taco because you improved it, then that's great. You can put it here. I did say if you wanted to improve this, you needed one making tortilla. So you could move that. You could change that one up to make tortilla. You could get rid of the Santa's Factory Master Wizard. Put tortilla there. Honestly, this one could also make Tia. Why I had it making fish taco, I think it's to improve the rate a couple more. I think that's why I did that in the end. But you know, that's what I did. You could always improve it and mess with it your own way. But yeah, you could still make it work. You could still have it get the 2 passive crude oil and still have 2 passive water for these 3 spots. Not this spot. This one would absolutely need to be making fish tacos or tuna sashimi if you need more tuna sashimi. But these would still have 2 water. Yeah, that's cool. Now, there's a bunch of other tweaks you can make with NFTs. I'm not going to get into all those. That's part of the fun, in my opinion. I did have fun doing that no NFT build, for sure. I was kind of late to it. I was pretty busy this weekend, a little bit more than I thought I was going to be. No, I wasn't spending the whole weekend playing Expedition 33, trust me. That was the weekday before. I spent a couple hours working on a no NFC build late on Sunday, and I still did better than I expected to. No surprise, that seems to happen a lot. I was trying to aim for just a little over 100 per hour, maybe 120 per hour I thought was good. And I ended up going to like 135, and then I'm like, oh, let me just do a little bit more, and ended up shooting up to 147. And I'm like, wow, I know what I need to do to get it to like 150 even, but let me just stop there. That's already good enough. Oh, that's the fun parts of tweaking the build. Now let me go ahead and reset the production monitor now that it's down and I sold all the excess tuna sashimi. So we'll see how this does. Have I sold fish tacos yet? I probably did. Oh yeah, I did. I just wasn't paying attention. Alright, I'm part of the club that sells fish tacos now. We'll run it for a while and see where it lands and see if it actually makes sense or not. Hopefully nothing's missing. Craft times on these are correct. I guess I'll keep both dragons here. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, now it does help that, you know, I used my NFCs to help me get lumber and energy to work on the build, of course, so I can actually work on it faster than people without NFTs. But still, it's cool. Taco Tuesday Club? Yeah, that makes sense. Taco Tuesday. Not exactly sure where that came from, by the way, that Taco Tuesday. That would be a good question to look up. Probably came from a restaurant. The phrase emerged as a marketing tactic in the United States during the 1970s and 1980s, of course. The practice of offering taco specials on Tuesdays predates the widespread use of the phrase. What did I expect? And now even today, people still offer Taco Tuesday specials. I see some wine there. Who smuggled in those 3 bottles? Are they drinking on the job? That's a good catch, by the way. I didn't even notice those. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of the evidence. Nothing happened. Let's reset it again. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way. I wouldn't have noticed until like 5 more minutes when I actually looked at the numbers. 2 fishing metas in a row though, wow. I guess we should have expected that though. Wasn't it strange that they added tuna sashimi last week and we didn't use it for the sushi restaurants? I mean, everybody was going crazy. They were starting to question Duck Sunny, like, dude, did you make a typo? Are we actually supposed to use tuna sashimi on the sushi bowl? Like, what the heck? No, turns out they were just 2 steps ahead, I guess, or a step ahead. And they had already implemented the tuna sashimi for the fish taco competition that was going to happen the week after, which is this week. We just didn't know about the tortillas or the Mexican restaurant. Need to start thinking ahead. But yeah, Duck Sunny makes typos often, so I understand people's criticism there. I get it. I mean, even I was fooled with the tomato cash. I really thought it was going to be 35,000 because he put 100 times cash boost in the announcement. But clearly that was way too high of a number. That would have been insane. Some people would have been making 100 mil to 200 mil cash per hour. Cash wouldn't have been an issue at all. You could get all the cash you need in like 10 minutes. But you know, 10 times cash boost on the tomatoes is still great. It still works. It's enough. How dare they question Doug? Yeah. Doug's just pasting over the info he has, alright? I mean, that's what I'm assuming, at least. No, maybe you can blame Doug for the typo on the tomato cash boost. Maybe you blame the devs that wrote it up. Who the heck knows at this point? It is still there, by the way. The typo was not fixed. Oh, I didn't even talk about the Mexican restaurant NFT, but I don't think people are interested in that. I saw 2 of them sold. Usually one gets purchased anyways because it has a number 1 and somebody likes having the number 1. The second one, I don't know. It must have been somebody else that was trying to get the number 1. I'm not too sure. But yeah, not a good NFT. And I was talking about the May discounts about an hour ago, right? It seems like they will do these every week during the month of May, so I'd assume for different sales. I don't know if they'll all be called Easter Mayhems, or if it's just the first week. It's not Easter anymore. I really don't understand, like, what was this? Why Easter Mayhem? It's just so confusing. And in the blog post, it says that in the title as well, but it doesn't say it in the actual post. It says May Mayhem sale. First week. But yeah, these 4 NFTs. I like the tiny bakeries. It's hard to justify spending right now with the current token price, but 50% off on the tiny bakeries is cool. That is still a little cheaper than what I bought them for, the 2 that I have. And Snake Tower is like good. It's meta specific. It's probably not used as often as even the tiny bakery is. Ice Tower is barely used, but when it is, it's a huge help. I don't own any, and I still don't really care for it just because of how meta specific it is. Banana Monkey Tree, just having the 1 helps out a bunch with the banana split and banana bread competitions, which we've only done 2 banana splits and 1 banana bread competition so far, I think. This also might be, if they're smart, if the team has any smarts in them, any intelligence, this would be a hint at the upcoming meta. If this is actually a hint at the upcoming meta, then I would assume next week we are probably doing fruit pie or banana bread. I don't know how the Snake Tower ties into that, but fruit pie because you can make that in the ice tower, and I actually don't think you can make it in a bakery. I think it's a cakery craft. But that's my guess. Fruit pie or banana bread or some kind of Starlight Market box that includes fruit pie and banana bread, and for some reason magic ring or some crap, I don't know. But that's my guess, something that has to do with fruit pie or banana bread for next week's competition. They have been doing a pretty good job at getting the leaks out on Wednesday. I admit that. I still appreciate that, despite the fact that there might be typos. But I will take the leaks early, sure. Can't complain about that one. DeFi says, still building my town. Will be about another hour. Mexican restaurant, not a good buy, I think. Nah, it's not worth it. Not at all. You are so much better off getting a tiny bakery than the Mexican restaurant NFT. That is true. Sondula says, I'll see what they put out in the other weeks. I just hope they don't take these sales away when putting up week 2. They will, Sondula. I believe that's the plan, or that's the point. I remember, if you check the blog post, the sales went live May 5th, which was yesterday, and they end on the 11th, and I assume the new ones will go live on the 12th, and they will end on the 18th. So it'll be 6 or 7 day long sales. This creates at least some form of FOMO. So yeah, we unfortunately will probably not know what the next sales are until, you know, these sales end, if that makes sense. So like the tiny bakeries for me, I already have 2. Even 2 more would be tempting, but I don't really care about the other ones. Yeah, and it's hard to speculate what they could put on sale. It could be anything. You can try to match the NFT harbor prices. Let's look at the production monitor, even though it's only been 7 minutes. The brine rate is good. Cornstarch is close. 760. It should be should really be 800, but I need it to be at least 780. Could be a wood issue, maybe. Fish taco at 740-ish. It'll take some time since the craft times are terrible. But this should actually be making 778 fish taco per hour. I know Morris earlier said 750. That was a very good guess. It was very close. But it should make as high as 778. Salt's about 760. Once again, that should go up to at least 780. It should actually be like 800-ish. Shrimp at 2800. That's about right. It's 2 shrimp per tuna here, 1 shrimp per tuna here. But that does give me around 1500-ish tuna. Really, this should be this should go as high as 1560 tuna, which would then in turn give me 1560 on tuna sashimi. If I were to find a way to make more tuna, which I did have a plan for that originally, I would not have had a good way to increase tuna sashimi rate without crafting like seaweed or wasabi, and I didn't want to deal with that. Don't have like that much space to spare if I were to go that route. Tortillas, I will turn all the salt and cornstarch into tortillas, so it'll be closer to 800, even though I only need about 780 there. So tortilla rate is good. I'm sure the tuna rate is good. It's just going to take time to stabilize. Wood is good. Not a whole lot of wood is needed here. I think only need like it's 3 wood per fish taco, so at minimum 2400 wood. It's always good to run a little bit of extra, I guess. Did I end up having the wood shed here? Let me check. I think I did end up having the wood shed. I didn't put that on the visualizer though. I did end up having the wood shed. Something that I forgot to note down on the visualizer. Let me put it here then. The wood shed does actually help improve the cornstarch rate. Because you notice how sometimes they're just waiting on wood, whereas I'm still throwing away wood. So yeah, I'll put the wood shed down there. It could also just have been the fundamental storage. That might actually be better. Let me do fundamental storage because it's a little smaller. easier to get to the door. There, fundamental storage right there. So that will help out the cornstarch trade a little more. It shouldn't really affect the salt rate. Well, fish taco 775 already, so I probably don't even need this, but this will guarantee that I make more tortillas than I make the tuna sashimis that I need, I meant. So yeah, this is looking good. I will go ahead and reset the production monitor again. It'll take a little longer to stabilize, but that's fine. Another, say, 15-minute test, and I should be good here. Oh, I don't think anybody's bought the Phoenix or the Hawk from that mayhem cell from Miranda's. It just doesn't make sense to at all. You know what? Let me look at the blog post for the Walking Dead Empire stuff. Let me just do that now while I wait. But if you guys have any questions, like, of course, feel free to ask. T-Money says I was hoping for a little more Townstar NFTs from the refund. Well, to be honest with you, I think most people were hoping for a Gala refund, but yeah, even so, the compensation could have been like way better with the NFTs. Like they could have done so much of a better job, but I don't think they really put effort into it. If you guys remember, I was talking about that I think they were going to put out a mystery box for National Bird Day, which, when was that? Was that supposed to be yesterday? But they probably canceled that and ended up using those as compensation. I guess that's what happened. Yeah, that's my guess. That is my guess. There's two articles. This one I'm just gonna summarize real quickly. They announced that The Walking Dead Empires is shutting down, and the last day to play the current open beta is July 31st. I haven't checked it out in many months because I've heard it was very laggy. I did have fun whenever I played it. I didn't get very far in the levels. Or maybe we got to like level 30 or something. I don't remember. I was looking forward to this, not as much as Miranda's, and I still had more fun playing Townstar, to be honest. although this game is more grindy. But yeah, it's shutting down, and July 31st is going to be the last day to actually play it. Though there's not like a whole big reason to play right now. I mean, it is fun, but like you're going to lose all the progress. And there's no real reward playing it. That's basically all this says. Now this is the NFT distribution, the compensation that they're going to give. It's not a refund, Martin. It's more like a wannabe compensation. So for everybody that has the Walking Dead Empire's NFTs, they already took a snapshot just like an hour before this blog post went live. This way people can't plan ahead, I guess, or dump stuff, even though people dumped the Walking Dead Empire NFTs already as soon as this went live, I think. So there's no reason to buy the Walking Dead Empire's NFTs. Or really sell, because you're probably not going to get more than $1 for them. Except I think for no, that's not true. They just don't have compensation for the Vexy yet. But for every The Walking Dead Empire's NFT that you own still, they're going to give you some kind of mystery box that you're going to be able to get an NFT from. For the Vexy Walking Dead Empire characters and unopened hero packs, it says, if anybody still has those, I doubt it. You'll get some other compensation, some other type of boxes at a later date, it says. Oh, seen Townstar's name. I thought it was about Townstar. No, this isn't. Some of the NFTs that you can get here are Townstar related, so we'll look at that. So for each hero that you have, you'll get some kind of hero mystery box. If you got a common hero for The Walking Dead, you'll get some kind of hero legacy box, common. You open that and get some NFTs, and the same thing goes for all the rarities here. Uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, ancient. These used to be worth several thousands, at least the ancients. I know the legendaries used to be worth several hundreds, but at some point they started selling this stuff on the Gala store for very cheap. Like the ancients were like $300 and the legendaries were maybe 100. So that Gala devalued it heavily once they started selling it on the Gala store. And even before that, they devalued it when they were selling their Gala mystery boxes, because you could pretty much get your Gala back if you were lucky. I guess it was gambling. But you could get your Gala back, and you could also win the Walking Dead Empire's heroes from that. It was really stupid. I bought a couple of those. I actually did get all my Gala back, and I got a bunch of the Walking Dead Empire's NFTs for free, which I was planning to give away at some point, but now it doesn't make sense to. And the land claim and crafting stations, you will receive an artifact legacy box, depending on the rarity. So the artifact boxes have better stuff than the hero boxes. That's the whole idea with separating the two here. Martin says in Michelle's, her reaction after AMA was clear. Even she was not happy. Then this NFT saw a joke. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she was upset about losing her position. But I mean, it was a layoff. We would all love to have her back for sure. I remember what she was saying when the AMA ended. C Money says only corn and tomatoes go into the silos, right? You got brine as well, and seaweed, and wasabi. So that's 5 items there. So what can you get from the boxes? This is what you could get from the Hero Legacy boxes. Items marked guarantee will always drop, and the other items have a percentage chance, which isn't listed here. We don't know what they are yet. It could be 1%, it could be 50%, who the heck knows. So if you had a common The Walking Dead Empire's character, which most of you do because you got one for free if you were here when they were giving out the codes for the free common Morgan. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. But for every common The Walking Dead Empire's NFT, you would get a common Hero Legacy box. Whenever you open it, you will get A Vexy Villages costume. Yay! I don't know what the rarity on this is. I don't know how good it's gonna be, and you probably don't care. And if you're trying to sell this, you probably won't get more than a penny for it. You'll probably get your gas fee back. That's just the unfortunate truth. Now, you could also get a fairy costume for Vexy, or you could get a pet owl for Mirandis. The pets might be pretty decent if you do try or you are planning to play Mirandis. You won't have to worry about buying a pet. You might get one for free. But I also expect them to be very cheap because people are going to dump them. They're going to sell them easily. If I had to guess, maybe this is like a 5% chance. This is 95%, or maybe it's 1% for the owl, 99% for the Vexy costume. There's already a bunch of Vexy NFTs. They're devalued to the max in my opinion. But yeah, maybe you'll get a free owl. But I wouldn't even expect it to be worth that much because there's going to be a lot of them. So this is just the example on the common Hero Legacy box. Oh, that's what you meant, Martin. Yeah, and I think that happened last year too. They didn't communicate Mayhem news until like very late. I think it was the second day of May. Zbor says, not me. I don't think she was any good for Townstar. Well, that's Zbor's opinion. Whatever community manager we have, I think there would be somebody that thinks they won't ever be any good. It's like, I don't think you could find somebody that says Duck Sunny is a better community manager than Farmer Michelle. I don't really want to go there, but I don't think I've heard anybody say that yet. Because at the very least, Farmer Michelle did know more about the game than Duck Sunny. And I think even Duck Sunny knows that. I think he said that. The uncommon Hero Legacy box, you'll get a rare owl guaranteed, so that's cool if you enjoy Mirandis, I guess. Don't think about selling it, because you probably won't get much. And there's a chance you'll get one of these two Vexy costumes. The only difference is that one's uncommon, one's rare, so there's really not that much of a difference. If you had a rare Walking Dead Empires character, then you are guaranteed an epic owl and an epic costume in Vexy Villages. There's no gamble here since you get both of them guaranteed apparently. There is going to be a bunch of freaking epic owls then. Yeah, there actually will be. I'm sure I'll get several of these. I'll probably give them away in a couple years when Mirandis is ready. The Vexy costumes, I don't even think I'll bother giving them away. I don't think anybody wants them. The epic Hero Legacy boxes, you'll get a King Yeti costume guaranteed. I think this one is epic rarity. And then you might get another epic rarity skin, or you might get the legendary owl. All right. Sondula, they won't say that. Like, you can't even think that. Yeah. Legendary Legacy box, guaranteed Phoenix. You know, the one that they're trying to sell right now for like 150 bucks. I do have one legendary Walking Dead Empires character, Michonne, which I got a long time. I was happy to get her, but now she's useless. So I guess I'll get a Phoenix for free, which I don't really care because like I have the dragon. There's a chance of getting the legendary owl, and there's a chance of getting the epic crow pet for Townstar, which we talked about in another stream. It's an NFT that reduces the wages. Does it reduce the wages? Oh no, it increases the movement speed of your farmers, I think, by 15%, which is worse than the Patriot Farmer skin, and it's just a bad NFT overall. Unless you want a crow flying around your town, I guess. But it's pretty terrible. This one right here, pretty terrible. The legendary owl, I don't know, maybe it's okay. And if you had an ancient Walking Dead Empires hero, I know some people paid at least 1,000 for this, and then even then some people paid like 300 bucks because they sold them in the Gala store. This is probably the most disappointing because of how much more expensive it is compared to these. And the compensation rewards are terrible. So you'll get an uncommon hawk guaranteed. Once again, they're trying to sell this for Mirandis for their Mayhem sell. So it's, I think it's like 150 bucks for the Phoenix and the Hawk. But nobody's buying them, probably because of anticipation that there's going to be a bunch of them from these boxes. And then you'll either get a Townstar, you will get a Townstar skin probably, NFT. You will either get the Medieval Birdmaster skin or the Crow Pet, which are both terrible Townstar NFTs. So yeah, that's the compensation if you had the Walking Dead Empire's characters. Terrible overall. Artifact Legacy boxes, there's a few that I consider good, but even then there might be such a high supply that they're probably not going to be worth as much as we're thinking. Most people probably wouldn't have gotten land or crafting stations, but some people did. So if you had common land or crafting stations, you get the artifact box common. So this one guarantees uncommon land for Vexy Villages, which is kind of worthless because there's so many rare lands already. And you will either get the Townstar Alchemy stand rare, which is actually good in my opinion, at least for Townstar. Or you'll get another land for Vexy Villages, the Mystic Frontier, also uncommon, so it's pretty terrible. I don't know what the odds here are. Maybe it's a 1% or 5% for Alchemy stand. I'd be damned if it was 50%, like holy crap. Since it's a common box, I don't think they even know the value of the Alchemy stand. But if you don't remember, the Alchemy stand I also talked about in a stream before. It is a stand that gives up to 2 passive Mystic Matter, which is extremely overpowered in any competition that requires Mystic Matter. Which I think is a decent amount. Mystic Matter is used, you know, a decent amount of times. It's not as rare as I feel like Blue Steel is, or Steel. Like it does feel like Mystic Matter gets used pretty often. Like not having to craft Mystic Matter, think of all the ceramic bowls, all the lumber, all the beekeepers, beehives that you don't have to deal with. That's absolutely insane. That NFT is very, very powerful. I'm guessing they don't intend to sell it because it's going to be part of these boxes now. But yeah, the Alchemy stand is actually going to be useful, in my opinion. If you got uncommon land or crafting stations, you'll get the uncommon artifact box. You'll get a blacksmith workshop rare guaranteed. This is for Vexy Villages. This is probably useless. It's probably like the hot dog stand, so yeah, it's probably useless or near useless. You might have a chance of getting an outfitter for Mirandis. This is considered a rare building. There's not that many outfitters, tanneries, or stonecraft shops out there, so probably after the compensation goes out there will be. But I consider the outfitter and the tanneries pretty rare just because there's almost none of them out there. If you don't care about Mirandis, this is not going to be of any use to you, but some people will probably pick this up. Like I do want to maybe try to pick up an outfitter or tannery, just for the hopes that one day they'll be of use. If you don't play Mirandis, I think the outfitter is the one that lets you craft clothing or armor made of clothes. And the tannery lets you craft leather or bandages to heal. I might have those backwards. It's one of those. And you might also get rare land, which once again, this is pretty worthless. You could probably get these for like $2 on NFT Harbor because there's so many. Rare boxes. You get epic land guaranteed. Pretty worthless too. They gave out a lot of the $1,000 Gala give back boxes. You guys remember at one point Gala gave you $1,000 worth of an NFT. You have a chance of getting Alchemy Stand Rare. Once again, this is a good one. Or a Tannery, which I think is a good one. So these are probably the best boxes. Epic boxes, you get Mystic Frontier Epic, which is epic land in Vexy Villages, near worthless. You might get a Korean restaurant. I have no idea where that's in there. And you probably don't care about the Korean restaurant, but okay. And you might get the Crayer from Mirandis if you care about the boats. These are worth several hundred, but I believe once this competition goes out, the price of Crayers will unfortunately crash, depending on how many go out. Legendary box gives you cornucopia guaranteed for Town Star. That's insane. Some people paid several thousands of dollars for the legendary lands or crafting stations, and they're just gonna get a cornucopia, which is maybe like 200 or 300, and it's not even that great of an NFT. So that is absolutely insane. And there's a chance they'll get an epic Plains Frontier from Vexy Villages. It's like $2. And large tannery, which this one is, I guess, rare. This one is actually rare, and I don't expect that many to go out since there's not... I don't think there was that many legendary lands. I'm not sure. So I guess that one might be worth something for people who care about Mirandis. And if you had the ancient land, I don't think anybody here did, but there were several tens of thousands of dollars, I heard. You'll get a legendary guaranteed Mystic Frontier in Vexy Villages. This might be worth like $5. And you might have a chance of either the large outfitter in Mirandis. Technically, this is probably rare as well, but I wouldn't expect it to go for more than a couple hundred. Or you might have a chance of getting a castle in Town Star. And I think I talked about the castle last week, or I just mentioned it on Discord. I can't remember. But the castle increases the storage of your silos by 20%, which is terrible. It's one of the worst NFTs I've ever heard of, because you'd just be better off building a silo. Like why would you waste an entire tile to increase the storage space of your silo by 20% when you could just build another silo? It makes no sense to me. They did not think that NFT through at all. The artwork looks okay, I guess. I could probably look it up in case you're wondering what it looks like, but it's terrible. I don't think anybody will be excited for that. And it will probably be very rare anyways, unless they plan to sell it. They probably will plan on selling that one as well, because not many people will get it from the boxes. And I'll be damned if somebody buys that. This one right here. It doesn't even stack. They won't let you stack this. They're like, no, 20% increase on your storage for your silo. That's too much already, man. We can't have it stack. And it gives 10 town points. Oh look, there's some offers on it already. You might get $7 for it if you do get it from the box. But yeah, that's this terrible compensation. That's my entire point. The alchemy stand rares might be the only thing that is actually might be worth something to some people. So I'm wondering how many of those will go out. Because if you look at NFT Harbor, there are some people willing to pay, or even Camera put a bid here, but there are some people willing to pay 100 to 150 bucks for this. But I think several hundred of these will exist, and most of the people that get them probably don't care about Town Star, so they'll just dump them. They're gonna be a very powerful NFT, but it's gonna be really cheap because of this. But it also gives 5 town points. And yeah, Tannery, Outfitter, if you don't care about Mirandis, then don't worry about those, but they'll probably be worth a little bit. Let's take a look at the production monitor here. Been running for 20 minutes. Salt and cornstarch is good. Tortillas are good. Now the tuna is a little bit lower than I think it should be. So is the wood, actually. The wood is a little lower than I think it should be. Not really sure why. Actually, it could be just because the fundamental storage is all the way over here. It should be okay though. I'm making enough salt and cornstarch. But yeah, fish taco is $7.55. Why it's that low, I'm not sure. I'll try to figure it out. Maybe one of these was not turned on. Oh wow, look at that. That one is not turned on. Or maybe that was the issue. All it takes is one. That's gotta be it. All it takes is one restaurant not turned on and the production fails. Okay then, I'm gonna assume that's what it is. I'm probably not gonna run it for another 20 minutes on stream. That should have fixed the production. It should go higher now. 760, all right. Should go as high as 778. Now the tuna is a little bit low, I admit. It's only enough tuna for like 765. I assume it will just take time to stabilize, and eventually it will get higher. I mean, the shrimp rate is good, so it can't be that. I already turned those on. Yeah, have a good night, by the way, Martin, if you're still here. And I think I might have had these rotated. Let me check. Yeah, I did have these rotated. It might make a little bit of a difference. It's a lot of aquaculturists, so most of the time they just go back home and sleep. But yeah, it should be good. Really, I don't need this. I could just have the woodshed here. I think that's what I ended up doing in the end. I just forgot to put that on the visualizer. So if this is a problem, then I would just put the woodshed over here. But it seems to be working for now, so I'll just keep it. Should be everything though. I'll reset it again, I guess. Keep it running for the rest of the day. I plan to go to the movies in like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours from now. The trophy here. You know, let's do the same thing we did last week. Maybe my internet will go out again because of it. Well, I did already give out all the prizes for the community build showcase to the winners. To nobody's surprise, Pickle Lord ended up winning first place on that. He did have the highest rate. A very efficient build. Like, it was very well tweaked. You know what? Let's have a dog park. What's the worst that could happen? Crash my game? Yes, you are welcome, Tatweez. There's this little dog park right here. These are too big. Just cause, alright. It probably does lag it the more workers you have moving around. Ooh, 4th place. Though probably some people already went offline, I would imagine. I don't think the 778 fish tacos per hour will be enough for top 10. Still have my doubts about it. Though it probably would be close. I was actually hoping to do like 800 per hour. That was my first goal, I believe. But unless I had like another advanced fishing platform, I wouldn't be able to reach that. And like I said, I then would need to craft either seaweed or wasabi. So I could have another 1 or 2 sushi restaurants making tuna sashimi. And I think I would still have space for the Mexican restaurants. So yeah, that would have helped a little bit. I still don't know if that would have been enough for top 10. Guess it would have been even closer. I don't really think I have more like fishing NFTs than the top 10 people usually do. And based off last week's rankings, like I did see the gap between 12th and 11th place. I think that's true. I think they just have more NFTs to help out there. Or they spent more time, but I'm pretty sure it's NFTs that gave them the huge advantage in the production rate. Like it was a pretty big gap. And I will say Gala Gold has been more active than ever the past couple days. I haven't heard anyone mention it, but they haven't put out the rewards, have they? Or did I just miss them? Because I know I disconnected, but it was like, I think it was 2 hours before the competition ended. And I never checked my final rank, so I assume it was actually 14th place. But I haven't actually heard anybody say they haven't gotten any rewards or that they have. So even I'm a little confused. Oh, the leaderboards are on the on their official spreadsheet though. They have been posted. Yeah, not get reward yet. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, it's on the spreadsheet already. Sorry for the blinding white screen. I did get 14th, so probably would have gotten 12th, but there's a gap in stars right here. I wouldn't be able to have crossed that. And like that, 4 NLOs in a row. It's really cool. Was like what, 400 per hour on the sushi boats for top 25. Okay. Yeah, you would have been above me last competition. I believe so. Yeah, I would have passed you up, but so I would have ended at 12th. I wouldn't have gotten higher than that. All right. Now the fish taco rate's even higher. But that's because I had excess tortillas waiting, I guess. Maybe that was why. Who knows? All right, I'm gonna leave it here then. And it's already 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm gonna eat lunch like in an hour and a half. I'm gonna get ready to go to the movies. I'm gonna watch the Thunderbolts, which I think the name changed, but the new Marvel movie, the Thunderbolts. Heard good things about it. I probably would have. Usually, I watch like movies like that on day one, but since I usually watch it with my sister and she was working that day, I believe, we're just watching it now. And other than that, I'm gonna eat out as well for dinner, and then that's probably it. But as usual, I'll be around on Discord, paying attention to what the new meta is gonna be once they announce it tomorrow, hopefully. And maybe I can get an early practice. I did kind of practice for this one early. I practiced the tuna, but I still had to reset the biome to properly practice it. But it's cool. This one was easy. This one was fun to work with, in my opinion. And even though I was busy in the weekend, I still got to do the no NFT build, so that's great. I think some people thought I wasn't gonna do it, or because I posted it really late, but that was just an accident. Herb says, have fun at the movies, and let's hit that like button. Like button, I can't even talk. Appreciate it though, Herbs. Thank you, Rachel, as well. See you later, everybody. See you later, Jukesies. Enjoy the movie. Appreciate it, DeFi. Good luck, everybody, on your build. Hopefully that tomato rush is working out for you. And I'll see you later. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Appreciate your support. Bye-bye.